Okay, we are recording. Welcome to our call this evening. Well, our Zoom meeting this evening. I'm so excited. I see that there are 87 of you on this Zoom meeting tonight, so that just means that you guys are anxious and eager to learn more to grow your business. My name is Melissa Eichenhorst, and if you are on this meeting, then that means that I am your diamond upline with Plexus, and I just want to say what an amazing week and weekend we just had. If you were at convention in Phoenix, then I know that you are probably still riding your convention high because it was just, our cups were so filled. Not only by the trainers and the speakers that Plexus brought in, but we had some amazing breakout sessions, and we got to hear from our CEOs and from corporate, and all of that, you guys, is just absolutely incredible and so inspiring. But one of the greatest gifts of this convention for me was getting to meet so many of you and getting to meet so many people that are out of town that I haven't had the opportunity to meet, and then just the bonding and the relationships that happen at an event like this. So if you missed convention, I'm not gonna lie, you missed out, but I know that not everyone could be there, so you're doing the second best thing, and that is hopping on this training tonight, because hopefully I'm just gonna bring it and give you guys everything that you missed if you were not able to be there. So I'm gonna jump right in and start by going over one of the speakers that Plexus brought in was a man named Troy Dooley, and this is the second or third time that I've seen Troy. I remember for sure seeing him at Leaders Retreat this past year, and he is an incredible speaker. He's a huge fan of Plexus. He loves our company, and he opened that day for us, and he went over 8 pillars of success for our Plexus business. So I have some great notes, and hopefully you guys have a pen and a piece of paper, and you guys are taking notes on these pillars for success for your business. Now, whenever I was first starting out my business and I was on a conference call or I was on a training like this and I was taking notes, I was doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wanted to be able to go back and look over these notes. You know, maybe when I was like riding that emotional roller coaster and feeling discouraged, or maybe when I felt stuck and I didn't know what to do next, I would go look over the notes for my training. But always in my mind, I thought one day I'm gonna have a team and I wanna be able to have material to give to them so that I can teach and train them to be successful. And so hopefully what'll happen eventually is you'll use these notes for yourself so that when you have a team, you can go and use this as one of your trainings for your team eventually. So I'm just gonna jump right in because I wanna keep this meeting to an hour, and I do feel like I probably have an hour's worth of material for us to go over. 8 pillars for your success. This all comes from Troy Dooley, so some of these things that I'm gonna be telling you guys are tough love, but just remember that they come from him and not from me. So number 1 is clarity. That's the first pillar, clarity. People trust a clear message. So you guys, we don't need to hype up our company. We don't need to hype up our opportunity. If people ask you a question and you don't know the answer to the question, don't feel like you need to like make something up on the fly or anything like that. Be clear with your message. Be totally clear with your delivery. So I want to ask you a few questions. Have you truly crafted your purpose for starting this business? You guys, deep in your gut, in your heart, why are you doing Plexus? That's the first thing that you should address. If you've joined our team, the first thing that we always talk about with each of you guys is to identify your why. And there's a reason, you know, who knows how much Plexus paid Troy to come in and teach and train us at convention. And the first thing that he talks about even is that why. It has to be so powerful that when this business gets tough or when you think, what in the world am I doing? That why drives you to keep moving forward, to talk to that next person, to learn about the products, to read that next book. Clarity. If you have a team, do you set clear expectations for them? When you bring someone into this business, don't just let them falter and flounder. Make the expectations clear because they're joining you because they have faith in you. You've told them that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. You've told them that this business can change their finances, that it can help them, that it can get them from where they are right now to where they want to be. So when you bring them in, make sure that you have a clear set of expectations and guidelines on how to get them started. So for you guys, that's plugging them into the 2 documents we have in our files, what to do during your first 48 hours and what to do during your first 2 to 4 weeks. Make sure you're plugging them into the team calls. I love the idea of getting on the phone with them right away and helping them identify their why and going over goals with them so that you can share with them what your vision is. You need to make sure that your team knows what your clear vision is. Because if you're projecting that vision out to your team, they'll follow you. I hope you guys know my vision. I feel like I'm casting that vision all the time for you. And my vision for this team is to get each and every one of you to diamond, to the top with me. And my vision is for us to go out, as a movement to help change as many lives as possible through our amazing products. So you've got to make sure that not only are you setting clear expectations for them, but that your vision to your team is clear as well. Make sure that they know why you're doing Plexus. What is your why? What is your motivating factor? Clarity is key. The last point on clarity is, are you totally clear on what you're supposed to be doing daily in this business? You guys, it's so easy. When I first started working my business, it was in the nooks and crannies of my day. I was busy. So when I had a moment, it would have been easy for me to just scroll Facebook instead of doing income producing activity, or maybe, to clean up my desk, or to retype some notes, or to, do stuff that can be so distracting. But make sure that your daily tasks line up with your purpose and your vision. Can y'all see me still? Give me a head nod, because something just crazy happened on my screen. Can y'all hear me? Yes? Okay. All right, let's see. Someone's screen sharing on here. That's very strange. I'm just gonna open this chat. So if something crazy happens, y'all just write on the chat, but y'all can still see and hear me, yes? Okay, can y'all see that screen? Whoever's screen sharing? Yeah? All right, let's see. Nancy Smith, you're screen sharing. So if you'll go down to the bottom where it says screen share, I don't know how to turn that. This will stop other screen sharing. Yes, I would like to do that. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. Well, man, I was on a roll too. This will stop other screen sharing. Do you want to continue? I do. Let's see. Okay. All right, is that better? Someone chat and tell me if that's better. No? Darn. Okay. Thanks, Randy. All right. I don't know how to turn it off. Let's see. It shows the Zoom screen. That's fine. But y'all can hear me, so we're just going to keep going. And if I keep talking, I know that I can see you guys on the right-hand side. So hopefully that's okay. Try clicking my own picture. Okay. Yeah. Nancy, if you can turn yours off, that would be awesome. But let me just see. Share a new window. I'm sorry, y'all. Darn technology. Stop share. There we go. Yay, it worked. Okay. There's only 100 of my closest friends on this video, right? And I'm recording it, so it's all good. Okay, good. All right, where was I? Oh, okay. What I was saying was so important. It's that once you have a vision and a purpose, then you need to make sure that your daily tasks line up with your purpose, okay? So if your purpose for the day is to grow your Plexus business, then don't organize your emails and go through your emails and say, well, I'm just gonna grow my Plexus business. I'm gonna do income producing activity after I, clean through my email. That task is not lining up with your vision, which is to provide financial security for your family for decades to come. Once you start doing the tasks that it takes, then you'll start earning an income and your business will start growing. So the first pillar is that clarity within you and your vision, and then projecting that clarity onto your team. And I would add projecting that clarity onto your audience as well. Okay, the second pillar is compassion. So are you listening to the needs of your team, or do you just see them as a number? And I'm hoping that all 100 of us on this Zoom meeting, our team culture is amazing, and our culture and our company is so incredible. I know that you guys don't see your people as a number, but make sure that you are caring for your team, that you're nurturing your team, that you're training your team. Sometimes we get so laser beam focused on what our agenda is. I want to go silver. I want to go silver. I want to go silver. That you bring in 2 people and you're so focused on finding that third person to go silver that maybe you're not giving and being compassionate and loving the 2 people that you just brought into your business. Link arms with everyone that joins you in your Plexus business. Link arms with them and set your agenda aside so that you can pour into them. And by doing that, you guys, your team will grow. Now, Troy also said, if your business is not growing, it's because of you. So it's easy for us to blame our upline. It's easy for us to blame our circumstances, our situation, the time of the year, because we have so many kids, But there are people that are successful and that have been so successful in all circumstances. But if your team is not being successful, this is where that compassion comes in. Figure out what they need. Listen to them. Find out what their why is. Find out what their passions are. Don't be so quick to talk and to feed them information, but listen to them so that you can hear their heart and connect with their heart. Okay, the third pillar for success is character. 90% of who you are is not seen by the public. It's what happens when no one is looking. So how do you live out your character daily? People on your team want to look up to you. They want to. So if you don't have character, then the other pillars that we've talked about and that we are going to talk about are going to start to tip. So Troy asked the question, what are your top 5 values? Your top 5 values. Write them down, live by them, never falter, stay true to them. And if you stand on character, you can build a Plexus business despite whatever adversity is going on in your life. Whatever you're enduring, if you are building on character, I know for me, if something crazy happened in my life, if I face some terrible adversity, I know that because I am compassionate towards my team, because I've provided a clear vision, and because hopefully y'all feel that I have led with character. If I had something crazy happen in my life, that you guys would come alongside of me and continue growing and continue moving forward, because this team is based on the character of the leaders. Even the character of the leaders in our upline beyond me. Okay, our 4th pillar is competency. So we want to stay fresh, relevant, and capable, is what he said. He asked the question, who are you being mentored by? And he talked about this for a long time. I'm not going to because I don't have a long time. His session was a 90-minute session. But who are you being mentored by? Who is your coach? Someone that will kick you in your booty if you aren't doing the activity it takes to get to where you want to be. You guys, where do you want to be? Do you want to be a diamond ambassador with Plexus? Do you want to be earning $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month? If you do, then find that accountability partner, find that coach, find that mentor that you can talk to daily, if not daily, weekly so that they can say, okay, you told me you want it. What are you doing to go and get it? And that is so, so valuable if you can link arms and find someone to coach you and mentor you. If you want to change your business, he said, you've got to learn. So how do you keep on learning? Well, I'm preaching to the choir because we're maxed out on this meeting. We have 100 people here and you guys are wanting it and you're hungry to learn, and that's incredible. But I want to ask you, what book are you reading right now? When these meetings aren't going on, are you spending 15, 20, 30 minutes every day personally developing yourself? I hope that you are. See when my hair's standing straight up. I hope that you are, because I'm telling you, personal development is where it's at. So competency is our 4th pillar. All right, our 5th pillar, and y'all have heard me talk on this a lot, and that's commitment. And he kind of comes at it from a different angle. But are you committed to your business, your company, and your team? He said that you can mess up more than once, but if your team sees you stand through it all, they'll be with you through thick and thin. So y'all know none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. And if you have that character and if you're competent and compassionate and you provided a clear vision, then your team is going to be committed to you and stick with you regardless of how many times you make mistakes. All right, continuing on with commitment. What are you willing to sacrifice to go to the top of this business? Okay, we also had the chance to hear from Les Brown, and he was for sure the highlight of convention. This is a side note. Les Brown, I want y'all to go search him on YouTube, on the internet, and start reading from him, start listening to him. Uh-oh, I see a chat that lost sound. Can y'all jump on the chat and tell me if you can hear me? Sherry said she lost sound. We have sound. Okay, good. Just making sure. Just trying to make sure I'm not talking to myself here because that would be crazy. Okay, Les Brown. So what are you willing to do to sacrifice to go to the top of this business? Y'all, he said, Les Brown said, what are your weapons of mass distraction? And I loved that. What are your weapons of mass distraction? TV was the #1 thing he named. And y'all, I cannot tell you how many leaders in Plexus, how many diamond ambassadors I've talked to that said when they decided that they were going to build this business and go to the top of this company, they gave up TV altogether. So what are you willing to sacrifice? And I'm not saying give up TV, but I'm saying, is there something that you can sacrifice so that you can work closely with your team, so that you can grow relationships, so that you can, have the opportunity to connect with more people, so that you can help them with their health and help others achieve wealth and financial freedom. Maybe it's, playing Candy Crush or whatever on your cell phone, or scrolling Facebook, or reading People magazines. I don't know what it is, and we all need time to unwind and have that leisurely time, and that is fine. I know for me, the one thing I gave up, I'm an English teacher, I'm a reading teacher, and I love reading novels, books. I love it. And what I read right now, and pretty much what I've read, is just books, industry books. So I'm just growing myself, personal development. I have read very, very few novels since starting my business, but it's worth it. It's been so worth it because I'm going to be able to have, a lifetime of being able to read novels on the beaches of Maui, for the rest of our lives. So it's so worth those sacrifices. All right. He also said under commitment, are you willing to accept responsibility for where you are right here, right now in your business? Are you willing to accept responsibility for where you are? Because we hear excuses all the time, but you guys, no more excuses. Accept responsibility for where you are and do what it takes to get to the top of this company. Okay, so the last little bullet point on commitment is change the lives of your levels 1 through 3. Now, some of you are on here and you're thinking, I don't even have anybody on my team. You will, okay? And some of you only have level 1s. But if you go in and you change the lives of the people that are closely connected to you, if you pour into them and teach them and train them and love on them, then they will duplicate that down. I don't even know how many levels deep I am at this point. I can only pull 12 levels deep on my downline report, but I do not work closely with my levels, 5, 6, 7, 12. I don't work closely with them, but I pour into my levels 1 through 3, my levels 1 through 4, and they do an amazing job of duplicating that down. Okay, the 6th pillar is connection. So how can you intentionally connect and collaborate with others? When you meet prospects, what do you say to them first? So think about the way that you're connecting with the world around you. Think about what you're projecting when you're walking through the mall or checking out at the grocery store, when you're sitting at the library, or, my daughter is at gymnastics practice once a week, right? What am I doing? Is my head down? Am I reading a book? Am I closed off? Or am I open and positive and smiling and looking to connect with people? What is one magnetic trait that you would like to increase in yourself? So what is something good about you that you can work on and develop a little bit more to attract people to you? On the flip side, what is one repelling trait that you would like to stop? What's one thing, identify one thing within yourself that you could stop doing that might be turning people off from you as you come into contact with them. So this is all about connections. All right, what about this? This is a good one, I think. Would you find it challenging to stop complaining for 90 days? I would. I mean, that's hard. But y'all, I know diamond ambassadors, they don't ever complain. They always look on the positive side. They understand that their attitude, their mood, their actions are dependent on one thing, and that is themselves. It's not the outside world around them. It's not their circumstances, but that it is their choice. If you want to build an organization in this company, and he kept coming back to this, love on your team, love on them. Not just, don't just be there for them when they need you, but befriend them, make friends with them. And y'all, that is the absolute sweetest blessing of this business, are the relationships that you can gain. So a lot of times I have people that come into my business and I'm acquaintances with them, or they're a friend of a friend. But man, growing some of these relationships deeper is one of the sweetest blessings, and people will stick with you if you can form those relationships with them. He said with connection, if you want to be a diamond, start producing diamonds. If you want to be a diamond, then, and I say this too in a lot of my trainings, treat everyone on your team like the future diamond ambassador that you know that they can be. And I would just add, don't prejudge people ever. He also said, and I loved this, and I don't talk about this a lot, but intentionally connect with customers. They may never want to join you on this journey, but if they love you and if they love our product, when they run across someone that needs plexus, they'll send them your way because they know that you care. So connect with your customers, connect with your ambassadors. Bonding people together is so key, and it creates that commitment. Okay, number 7 was contribution. So do you deliver on promises? If you say that you're going to do something, do you do it? Do you accomplish results without compromising the other pillars, such as compassion? A lot of times people will, rip and claw and go and like scrape their way to the top, but they're leaving like this destruction behind them. So remember, you've got to be compassionate. Your heart has to be in the right spot. And think about how you can be a more significant, how you can offer a more significant contribution. Give back. Have a vision greater than yourself. Your why is deep and personal, probably, right? It's your desire to stay home with your babies, or it's your desire to retire earlier, to put your children through college, or to get out of debt. That is deep and personal. But beyond that, as that's happening, or when that has happened, What is something that you can contribute to that is even bigger than you? And you guys, it's just beyond rewarding when you're in a position in your business when you can look past your circumstances and to give freely and to just make a huge impact in the world around you that's bigger than, your four walls in your house. Okay, so the last, number 8, is consistency. And so this is like consistency with your actions and your words. So how can you be more consistent with your communications? And then he closed with saying, what is one thing, if you do it consistently over the next 6 months, that would change your life? And I don't know what that is for you, but what's one thing that if you did it consistently over the next 6 months, will it change your life? I love the idea of our Plexus Power Plan that we have in our files. If you work through that Plexus Power Plan consistently for the next 6 months, I believe you would be on your way to the top in this company. Maybe it's the 5-3-1 method, where you reach out to 5 new people every day, you follow up with 3 people daily, and you train 1 person daily. Do you think that if you made 5 new Plexus contacts a day for 6 months, your business might be in a different place than it is right now? I know that I do. That's huge. Okay, so that was in a 25-minute, really quick version of what Troy Julie went over, but I loved his 8 pillars that all started with C. We also had the privilege of seeing Big Al. And I really, really enjoyed Big Al's training. He really taught me a few things just about verbiage, and I'm kind of like a verbiage collector. That was sometimes, can I repeat there's a lot of chats going on. Can I repeat the 5-3-1 thing? Yes, okay. So 5-3-1 is if you reach out to 5 new people about Plexus daily, okay? So this is, you're looking at your Facebook list and you are contacting people that have not connected with you or asked you a question. You're at the grocery store and you are sharing Plexus and getting people's information and giving out samples. 5 brand new people daily. Then following up with 3 people daily. Because if you're connecting with 5 new people every day, you're going to have a lot of people to be following up with. So connect with 5 new people, follow up with 3, and then teach and train at least 1. So that would be, you could reach out to a customer and teach and train them about a new product that we're having. This could be teaching and training someone on your team, but daily. And I know, you guys, probably the majority of people that are in this meeting are not reaching out to 5 new people daily. But what if you did that for 6 months? Where would you be? You'd be in a different spot, and know it for sure. Okay, so I'm going to jump in to Big Al. And like I was saying, he is, yes, can I list the 8 C's? Yes, I'm almost going to get to Big Al. Okay, the first C is clarity. The second C is compassion. The third C is character. The fourth C is competency. The 5th is commitment. The 6th is connection. The 7th is contribution, and the 8th is consistency. So those are the 8 pillars. All right, now for Big Al. No more, okay. So Big Al, verbiage. Love when I can get wisdom and advice on how to talk to people. A lot of people come to me and say, I just don't know how to talk to people, or when I do talk to people, I just kind of puke Plexus on them. Or you just don't talk to people because you don't know what to say. So Big Al said this. He said, I bet that 100% of the people that you talk to either want to lose weight or they want more money. Would y'all agree with that? If I could see you guys, I bet a lot of you would be nodding your heads. Yes, you would agree. Why is it if everybody we know wants to lose weight or wants more money, why is it that at the end of our presentation, why do they tell us no? Because we have the very thing that they want. So he said that because we have untrained words, we actually talk them out of what they want because of the way that we speak to them. He says that we use random oral diarrhea, and I thought that was kind of funny. He also said that people make a decision about you very quickly. And he used the example of YouTube. How many times have you guys clicked on a video to watch that's like a YouTube video, and you watch 10 seconds of it and then you close it up and you're like, nope, not watching that. It's a waste of my time. Maybe you give it 5 seconds. Maybe you give it 30 seconds. We make decisions about people and about things very, very quickly. And people make decisions about you really quickly. And so he says that we have to really manage the time that we have with them. Okay. He said all the information that you give them in the presentation, just the info, the facts, that is not what is going to determine if they say yes or no. People do not make decisions based on information. And that should be such a good feeling for you guys, because that means you don't have to know it all. I didn't know it all. If you said, Melissa, I'm going to give you $100 right now if you could list all the ingredients in Plexus Slim, I could not do that right now. I don't need to know all the information. I have that information accessible to me. I know where to find it. And so it's not about the information that you're sharing. It's about whether or not people trust and believe in you and what you're telling them. And he went into the science about how humans don't really know why they make up their minds about things, but that there's something in the brain, and it's all about trust and belief. So he said that people like others that are like them, and that they want to know that you see the world around them like you do. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the nitty-gritty right now. When you're talking to people, this would be your number one when you're talking to people. Tell them one fact that you both believe. And he used the example of, like, you're going into the gas station, you're checking out at the gas station, and you say something like, man, jobs really interfere with our week, don't they? Pretty much you both agree with that, right? Or how about, we all could use more money, couldn't we? Or how about, man, we all could use more time with our family. He said, start that conversation off with one fact that you share that you have in common, because then they're going to trust and believe in you. How about, we could all use an extra paycheck, huh? Or 2 paychecks are better than 1. How about something like, we'd all like to make more money part-time than our boss does full-time. You could put your bottle of water on the counter and say, man, I wish I was getting a Diet Coke right now, but losing weight sure is tough. Isn't that something that everyone could agree on? Yeah. So he said, that's how you got to start your conversation. Do that once, and they're going to trust and believe in you. And he said, but if you tell them 2 of those facts right in a row, then they'll be like eating out of your hands. So, man, sure wish I was drinking a Diet Coke right now, but losing weight sure is tough. They'll agree with you. And then you could say something like, but man, it sure is hard to find time to exercise, right? So you've established 2 ways that you guys are in agreement. You share these 2 facts, okay? All right. He also said, smile. He said that 7-week-old babies know that they can trust someone if they smile. So when you're talking to someone, make sure that you're smiling, because that actually proves in their brain, there's something in their brain that leads them to believe that you are trustworthy if you're smiling at them. Do y'all like I'm smiling at you right now. I'm trustworthy. You can trust me. Okay. Then he said, a great sentence starter is, well, you know how. So you'll start out, well, you know how, because if you say those words, then their mind thinks, well, I know how, it must be true. He's telling me it must be true. Because if he's saying it's true, my mind thinks it's true, and I know what my mind thinks is true is actually true. So Well, you know how is a great way to start a sentence with someone. Then he said you would want to move to, I'm just curious. So you set your water down maybe, and you're talking to him about, man, it really sure, losing weight really, really, really is tough. And then, kind of see what they say, or if they just nod or whatever and say, man, it sure is hard to find time to lose weight. Yeah. And you're smiling. I'm just curious, do you exercise? So you're getting them to talk to you. You're engaging with someone. So just kind of see what they say. I'm just curious. And then you would go from there. But then the next step would be to say most people based on what they say. Most people do find it really hard to exercise daily, but they fall in love with plexus with their first sip, and then you could go into something about plexus. And then you would lead into, would it be okay if? Would it be okay if I left my business card with you? Would it be okay if I shared a sample with you? Would it be okay if I added you to my Facebook page so I could share more with you? So it's just these really great sentence starters to get the conversation going, and so that the person that you're talking to is establishing that trust and belief in you. So I loved that. I thought that was really cool. I would really have to play with it and think through it. I think just knowing off the bat to establish the two facts that are true that you share with that person. I mean, it doesn't have to be about plexus or weight loss. If I'm a Baylor Bear, so if I see someone with a Baylor sticker on their car or a Baylor t-shirt, then I could say something like, man, I love those Baylor Bears, right? Okay, yeah, I say that, then that person automatically thinks, man, she's a Baylor grad too. We have something in common. We have that trust. So it's just all about getting that conversation started with the potential. So I loved that. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to share this quote with you guys. I don't know who shared it or where I saw it during convention, but I loved it. It said, whether you've sponsored one person or 100 people, if you have sponsored one person, you've forfeited your right to quit. So as soon as you have sponsored one person in this business, you should be committed. You are no longer allowed to quit because you casted that vision to someone. You have a team now. Now go to the top with them. Take them to the top. So that was just the next little thing I had written in my book. All right, I'm going to quickly go over some Les Brown information. I'm just going to kind of throw, Richard Chamberlain said that. Thanks, Sarah. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go over a little bit of Les Brown with you guys. And y'all, this man was fantastic. I wanted to bottle up his laugh. It was just, he was so smart and so brilliant. So I'm not going to do him justice at all, but I want you guys to go out and search him, honestly, find his blog, subscribe to something that he does, and let him just pour into your life because he was fantastic. He said, feed your mind with information that says it's possible. Do not limit yourself because of your mindset. And at the Jules breakout session, Sonia Dudley talked to us a lot about mindset. And what holds us back in this business is our own mind. So if we're feeding our mind with info that says you can do this, it is possible, then you're going to be able to overcome some really, really big obstacles. And those that say yes to this opportunity are saying yes because they're willing to test themselves and to reinvent themselves. And that's a good thing. I always say that God does not put us here to be mediocre. I'm content with the blessings that God has given me, but I'm not content with the world around me. And I don't think leaders ever are content because leaders want others to experience and have the same blessings that they are receiving. He said, and this is something to ponder, and this is something that you could use when you're talking to people, that we are all just one sickness, one surgery away from being broke. And that's so true. That's a world that we live in, you guys. Don't be afraid to talk to people about this opportunity. People out there are broke. They're broke. They're in debt. They're struggling. They can't make ends meet. And if they're comfortable, then they're just one catastrophe away from being in trouble. We have something amazing that we can offer them. We have their plan A. It doesn't even have to be their plan B. He said, but when you're out there, because you have this belief that you have the answer for them, when you're out there and you're sharing that with them, then do not be surprised when you run into a lot of no's. It's just a part of this business, because most people don't have what you and I have on this meeting. They don't have that desire or that belief that they can reinvent themselves, that they can be more, and that they can do more. We, all of us, all 100 of us at this meeting, we're here because we have one vision, and that is to move our lives from where we are to where we are going, where we want to be. And I love when he said that, because I say that all the time. He said all the no's, all the rejection, people that are rolling their eyes at you. If you were at convention and you're at this meeting, I bet you walked into a house full of distractions. I know that I did. I bet some of you walked into a house to a spouse that doesn't care, about that you're on fire, or that you brought back some amazing information. But you have that spark, you have that vision, and that rejection is worth it, and it's necessary, because it's a part of, overcoming the obstacles to get to the top. He said, if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, your life will be easy. And I say rejection is hard, isn't it? It's hard, but it is you're going to help so many people along the way that it's so worth it. So many people quit after 3 to 4 rejections. If I would have quit after 3 to 4 rejections, I don't even think that I would be a gold ambassador, you guys. Those no's fuel me. And this is a Melissa side note, okay? If you have not read the book, Go for No, I want you to read that book. Don't judge me. This is a lime water. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, I've been talking for a while. Okay. If you have not read the book, Go for No, it's a must. I want you to put it on your list. You can read it in 30 minutes, but it's so, so good. When you have a dream, be clear about why you are doing this, because expect the tough times to come. And that's my emotional roller coaster that I tell y'all about. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows. There will be lows. This is not an easy journey, but it sure is fun, and it sure is rewarding. And that rejection and those down times, they're so, so worth it. He said, if it's hard, then I'll do it hard. I'm not giving up on my dream, my family, or myself. So don't you dare give up. Decide that you are going to be a no matter what person. Write that down. I am a no matter what person. You don't want my product? I'm doing it anyway. You don't want my opportunity? I'm doing it anyway. I am a no matter what person. The diamonds. Me, Melissa Eichenhorst. I am not the exception. Every single one of you can be right where I am. I am the example of what you will do. I am not the exception. I am the example of what you will do. Do you believe that? I hope y'all believe that. People that are hungry are willing to be unstoppable and do the things today that others aren't willing to do. Okay, so there's 100 of us on this meeting. Are you hungry? Are you hungry for a better life? Are you hungry for financial freedom? Are you hungry for better health? Because if you are, then you're not going to be one of the quitters. You're not going to be one of the ones that after a few rejections, sit back and say, you know what? This is not for me. I can't do that. You are going to be able to move past that and do what the majority is not going to do. He spoke for a long time on the people that you surround yourself with. Listen to this. You will earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. I thought that was fascinating. I'd never heard it before. He said, if you're the smallest one in your group, find a new group. Surround yourself with OQP. OQP, only quality people. Be around others with goals and dreams, people that manage their time right, people that feed your good energy, and people that motivate and encourage you. Get the negative Nellies out of your life. I was talking to someone, I don't know, yesterday, the day before, and they were telling me about someone that they had that was really negative on their Facebook feed. It was the girl that I was flying home next to. And I said, you know what? Unless she's your mama, delete her. You don't need it, okay? You don't need that negativity. Doesn't mean you're not friends with them in real life. It just means that you are not going to surround yourself with that negativity. He said, develop communication skills, because I love this. Once you open your mouth, you tell people who you are. So work on communication. He said, speaking tips. Who are you? When you're talking to people, who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? That's what you're communicating with people. Who am I? What do I have to offer? And why should they care? I'm Melissa Eichenhorst. I'm offering you the opportunity of a lifetime. You should care because it can take you from, you got to know your person, your point A to point B, okay? As an entrepreneur, be sufficient with telling, he said, as an entrepreneur, be succinct with telling people who you are. So when you're talking to someone about this opportunity, y'all, a minute, 60 seconds, practice it, write it down, put it on your mirror. Do not try to share Plexus with someone and be standing there with them 5 minutes later and the only mouth moving is yours. Huge mistake. Huge, okay? You need to be succinct. You need to know your message. You need to be able to give it very, very quickly, and then you need to shut your mouth and listen. Because if you can listen to what they need, if you can listen to who they are and what their dreams are and what their desires are and why their life is not okay, why they're not okay with where they are, then you can communicate with them. Then you can tell them what they need to hear about this opportunity in a way that they will be able to listen. He said, never make a point without a story and never tell a story without making a point. I loved that. All right, let's see. Okay, relationship marketing, he talked about that, but I talked about that with Troy, so I'm gonna skip that. He said, say, and I think he actually had us say this, I expect to reach my goals. So say it, y'all. Say it right now. Like, really, I can't hear you, but say, I expect to reach my goals. I hope that y'all are saying positive affirmations each and every day. I am a diamond ambassador. I have a product that people are desperate for. I have an opportunity that is changing lives. When I open my mouth to talk to others, they want to hear what I have to say. I will grow my team this week. I will gain new customers this week. I am changing lives each and every day. I am an adequate mother. I am an amazing wife. I will help provide for my family. You know, I am a child of God. You go on and on and on, those positive affirmations every single day. I will glorify God in my words and in my actions. Are y'all doing that? Don't think it in your head. Speak those positive affirmations. I love this. There is no secret to success. There's no secret. There's a system to success. And this team, if you're on my team, we have that system. We have it in place. It's there for you. Start with that document, what to do during your first 48 hours. If you've been in this business with me for 12 months and you're not where you want to be, go get that document, what to do during your first 48 hours, and start there. What to do in your next 2 to 4 weeks, and start there. He said, fail your way to success. And I'll just say, Go for No is a great book. And so is Failing Forward by John Maxwell. Add those to your book lists. Let's see. I loved this. He said the average immigrant that comes to the United States without knowing the language is 4 times more likely to be successful in America than we are, because they are hungry. because they're hungry, y'all. I loved it. He said, a dream that is placed in your heart is placed there by God. So the vision is there. Don't try to be practical. Don't try to convince people to do the business. Don't be desperate. You guys, if God has put this dream in your heart, then you have the vision. You have what it takes. And he said, you have the ability to do more, so much more than you could ever even imagine. So I hope that your takeaway from the 8 pillars, from Big Al, and from Les Brown is commitment, is activity, is a desperate need to be filling your mind with good things, reading books, positive affirmations, motivational speakers. Those are things that will change your life. What are you willing to sacrifice to make this business work for you and for your family? Okay, so those were our 3 main speakers that we saw. We also did 3 breakout sessions based on rank. So we had 1 breakout session that the associates to golds went to. We had 1 breakout session that the senior golds to senior rubies went to. And we had another breakout session for the jewels. And I have a really great conference call that I'm going to post on our team page after this meeting that is going to give you a quick rundown of each of those breakout sessions. So I don't have to, I would be here all night with y'all if I went through all those breakout sessions. But I'm going to let you guys listen to a conference call on that. 2 more things. I'm going to try to be done at 9:30, but 2 more things. One is that Plexus has given us, once again, an amazing gift with our new product, you guys. If you have not researched it, add that to the top of your to-do list. This product is a game changer for people, a complete game changer. It is the only effective plant-based omega on the market that has 5 different omegas, 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. It is incredible. It lowers your triglyceride levels, which helps with cardiovascular health. So who do you know? Who do you know that deals with cardiovascular health issues, who has heart issues, and supports brain health, brain development? Omega-3 plays a crucial role in brain function. It has a positive effect on memory loss, on gradual memory loss. So who do you know as I'm talking through this product? It helps with stress management. It aids in relaxation, and it helps with visual development. Y'all, this is a perfect new tool that when we see someone that is stressed out on Facebook, or we see someone that's overwhelmed, we now have a tool that we can use to reach out to them. If we hear someone, or if you have someone in your family with a heart condition or heart issues, we have a product that might be able to help them. It's vegetarian, it's plant-based. So if you've taken an omega before and you get that like horrible fishy taste or burp afterwards, no more. This is so, so unique, and it's sourced from the ahi flower. And I want you guys to look that up. I want you guys to go to our website and read about this product and read about each of the ingredients. Read about omega-3, 6, 9, 5, 7. Read about the ahi flower and all the other ingredients in here so you can see what an awesome product our company has given us. Okay, I said 2 more things, but now I have 2 more things. Our execs, Alec Clark and Tal Robinson. Wow. You know, I have a lot of friends that they've quit their jobs because they're working Plexus. And I have a lot of friends who their husbands have quit their jobs. So both people have quit their job and they're working this business, you know, and I quit my job because I've worked this business. And what I want to know is that I'm someplace that is stable, solid, here to stay. And I got big group time, you know, in the big sessions with the execs, and small group time with them in the diamond meeting. And y'all, they have such a vision for the future. And I love what Troy Dooley said. He said, we are just now to ground floor. You know, our company, the people that have gone before us, they were in the trenches, right? They were digging in the trenches and just spreading the word. And like right now, we're just now getting to ground floor. This opportunity is incredible. The people that are leading this company are incredible. I trust them. They're men of integrity. They make just incredible decisions for our future. So we are at the right place at the right time. Have absolutely no doubts whatsoever about that. Okay, now for the fun part, Leaders Retreat. At convention, they released where Leaders Retreat was going to be this year. So it is going to be in Washington, D.C. It's going to be at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center in National Harbor, Maryland, really close to Washington, D.C. If you guys have not checked out their website, I went and looked at it today. It is gorgeous there. I want you to know that Leaders Retreat last year was the most fun event of the year, hands down. There is absolutely no reason why each and every single one of you could not attend this Leaders Retreat. If you earn 650 credits, then you get your room for 3 or 4 nights, 15, 16, 17, 3 nights at this gorgeous resort paid for. Right now, start thinking about who are your new customers. They're giving 5 convention credits for every preferred and retail customer that you sign up with a minimum PV, and 10 convention credits for every ambassador on your levels 1 through 4. And then, of course, you're going to earn convention credits for your volume as well. You can earn special event. Last year, I took my family to Disney World for free on Plexus, a $300 travel voucher, $2,000 cash, a private reception with the executives, and a $5,000 shopping spree to Bloomingdale's. Last year, I won every single one of those prizes, y'all. And there's no words to describe them. I don't want you to think, I'm just going to try and earn this trip. I want you to set your sights beyond where you think you could earn. So 650 credits, yes. Randy, it gets you a room. 650 credits gets you a room for those 3 nights. That means you've earned Leaders Retreat. Your hotel paid for, y'all. Earn that travel voucher and get your plane ticket paid for. I'm sure the special events are going to be amazing, but go for the $2,000 check. Go for that. Go for that shopping spree. Work towards it. Let's say you fall short of that goal. Let's say you don't earn that shopping spree. Man, if that's what you're working towards, though, your business will have grown so much. I want to see every one of you there. So homework for you. Print out a gorgeous picture of the Gaylord, and I want you to visualize that. I want you to visualize print out a $2,000 check, or write $2,000 cash on a piece of paper. Visualize that. Print out Bloomingdale's. Put that out in front of you and do the activity today that it will take to be there. I'm going to be pushing Leaders Retreat like crazy, and I hope that all 100 of you are there with me because it's going to be amazing. All right. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for our team. I know that I would not be where I am today if it were not for each of you. I am committed to you guys. I am here for you. I will do whatever it takes to lead you to the best of my ability and to get you guys to the top alongside with me. I'm going to stop recording this, and then I'm going to go ahead and post that conference call on our team page so that you can go and you can listen to the rundown of the 3 breakout sessions if you were not at convention. Even if you were, you get to hear a little bit about the 2 breakout sessions that you weren't in. So you guys have an amazing night. Cherish you. Love you all. Good night. Go Plexus.